Have you ever felt like you're living your life on autopilot chasing success, but still feeling unfulfilled? What if the answers to your deepest questions about love, purpose, and happiness were within reach, just hidden behind the decisions you've been too afraid to make? Have you ever wondered or asked yourself what's the purpose in life? Over 6 immersive days at Date with Destiny, Tony Robbins can help you find that answer, providing the tools to reshape your destiny and design the life of your dreams. Date with Destiny is Tony's favorite event, and it's the one you might have seen in that Netflix documentary, I Am Not Your Guru. Here's what happens over those 6 days. You start out by gaining a deep understanding of what truly motivates you. Then, you identify the triggers that create pain and pleasure in your life and learn the strategies to eliminate pain for good. Finally, you'll learn how to ignite or reignite your passion to achieve your ultimate vision for your life, career, finances, health, and relationships. As Tony says, it is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. This is your chance to make the ultimate breakthrough and to start living the life you desire and deserve. To learn more about Date with Destiny, visit www.tonyrobbins.com/destiny. One of the most important decisions you can ever make is the person you choose to spend the rest of your life with. Yet, so many of us make this decision with blinders on, ignoring some of the most glaring red flags. And it is these red flags that often become very real issues in the relationship and can lead you down a path of pain, suffering, and heartbreak. In this episode of the Real Breakthrough series, we're going back to one of Tony's most intimate events, where he's working with participants on building extraordinary relationships. While it may not sound particularly romantic, Tony shows us why love and passion are not the only things that matter when choosing a partner. In fact, he explains just why we must make a concerted effort to choose our partners consciously, and he even offers up the 3 most critical questions we must all ask ourselves when we're considering this important decision. Love is just not enough. It's vital, sure, and it's what life partnerships are built upon. But in the end, it's not enough, because opposites may attract, but it's those with similarities that bond. And if you're looking to build a lifetime partnership, you must remember that the right person and the right connection are everything. Okay, so this one is not resolved. My husband isn't here, he's deployed, he's in the Navy. Our biggest disconnect, our marriage is in the death stage. He wants to separate and get divorced. Emotional, so bear with me. He doesn't want to have kids, and I do. It took him 9 years to tell me. And so I'm really struggling with the fact that I still really love him. There's a lot of polarization. The attraction is strong. There are obviously sides, both sides, so I'm really struggling with the fact I know he loves me unconditionally, and he wants to let me go so I can have my desire. So really having a hard time with it. I understand, and what's your question? My question is, I know I take myself with me wherever I go, and so I certainly don't want to resent him. I certainly want him to have his desire. But I guess I'm feeling like a failure. Okay, so I want you to hear where the challenge is here. She loves him, but the real issue is failure of vision. If you hear this right, so if you love somebody, what do you want for them? Whatever they really want, right? So what to do here is obvious. You know, I talk about this when I say there's 3. If you're trying to figure out whether or not the person is right for you, people that are in that stage or reevaluating after being together forever, I always tell people to compare it using examples. If you are hiring somebody, I say there are 3 questions you've got to answer. Question number 1, can they do the job? Let's pretend you're hiring. Because, by the way, in your business, it's not the person you hire, it's the person you fail to fire that costs your business. True, and when it comes to intimate relationships, it's equally important. The right person and the right connection are everything, so you guys have great love and sounds like polarity from what you're saying, but you have different goals. So here's how that looks. Question 1, can they do the job? If you're interviewing someone for the 3rd time in my business, they've already been screened by multiple people. They can do the job. If you're dating someone and you're 6 months, 9 months, 12 months in, can they be the person? They can. Second question's more important. Will they do the job well long term? In business, it's easy to look at. Takes the charge off it, right? How do I know if they'll do the job long term? Because in the beginning, does everybody do a good job? Most people, yes. When they're selling you in the interview process, they're definitely going to sell you on it. But whether they're going to do a good job long term is based on 2 things. 1, are their goals aligned with the job? Let's use the job because it's less emotionally charged. The example I often share at Date with Destiny is that Bonnie, Pearl, and I had a personal assistant. You can imagine, if you're an assistant with us, we're 24/7 people. We're on every time zone, live in multiple countries. So for a person of that nature to become part of our family, we had a woman named Lizzie who's still super close to us. She's extended family. She was our assistant for almost 6 years. Then she fell in love, got married, had kids. So we had to look for someone new. We looked at the LA Personal Assistance Association because with all our celebrity clientele, we thought someone experienced in that environment would match our quality. But then we went through 5 or 6 people in almost 2 years, which we'd never done before. I finally realized someone who goes to Holly would to become a personal assistant isn't doing it to support a family and make a difference. What's their life dream? They want to be an actress or actor. Who do they want to talk to? My clientele. They want to pick up the phone and talk to Oprah, Anthony Hopkins, Quincy Jones, Pitbull, Hugh Jackman. People I know personally. And that was my fault. I picked people whose goals didn't align with the job. I remember being in Fiji, standing in line, joking with Bonnie, and I hear someone call out, Tony. It was a very successful man I hadn't seen in years. Turns out he was on his honeymoon. He introduces me to his bride. She's 29. He's in his early 50s. I ask how long they've been together. 8 years, he says. I ask why they waited so long to marry. He says she wore me down. My gut reaction was, this is a disaster waiting to happen. I ask, are you going to have kids? He says, absolutely not. I ask, have you had that discussion with her? He says yes. She agreed to no kids, but that's how guys think. They believe the deal will hold. Later, Bonnie tells me the woman said, he says no, but we'll have kids in 2 years. 3 years later, they are divorced. So you must be aligned on goals. You don't need to match on everything, but on major issues like children. It's huge. The second part of will they do the job is their nature reinforced by the job? Could an introvert do a good job in sales? Yes. Will they long term? Likely not. It doesn't fit their nature. Could a social butterfly be your accountant? Possibly, but long term, they won't stay focused. Then the third question, team fit. This one I wish I knew 30 years ago. I learned the hard way. It cost me $42 million, a divorce. I met this woman when she was broke, living in hotels without her kids. I married her, adopted the kids, brought them together. But I didn't understand team fit. Here's what team fit means. Everyone has 6 core needs. If your top 2 needs are your partner's bottom 2 needs, the relationship is unsustainable. You can stay in it, but it won't be sustained joyfully. It will require constant work, and you won't remain happy. The life you desire isn't just a dream, it's a decision away. Whether it's love, career, or clarity of purpose, the power to shape your destiny lies in the choices you make today. As Tony says, it is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. So decide now. Step into the life you were meant to live, because you deserve nothing less than extraordinary.